They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet, gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen, in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to the Farmer's Kitchen, because it is our kitchen, Mrs. Farmer.
That's right.
You know, somebody asked me one time, they just started watching the show, they said, what's your real name? I'm like, it's the Farmers.
Yeah.
So this is Farmers. This is the Farmer's Kitchen.
That's right.
And the Farmers are making breakfast tonight. We don't make breakfast very often.
I know we don't, do we?
And sometimes we make it for dinner.
That's right.
Or supper.
Or lunch.
All over people say dinner, supper, lunch for different things. But anyway, the final meal of the evening.
That's right.
Sometimes we have breakfast. Now, we've been working up our pig. Now, that's a long process. That's more than 1 week show. Last week, we're working up Nikki's favorite, pickled pig's feet. She can't wait to try them tonight. They've set for a week.
They look
She's
really good.
So excited.
Uh-huh.
Now, one thing we have been doing is rendering lard. And rendering lard, and rendering lard. Let's show you what our first batch looks like. Now, that's some, look how white that turned out. Now, remember when it sat last week? Here's a shot of it last week when we just took it out. This is what the end product is. You used some today.
I did. It's so good.
This is our first renderings. This is a second. Now, you see how it's got a little more color to it? Now, that we'll use to season skillets and even fry stuff and things like that. There's nothing wrong with that either. Now, after we render our lard out of our fat, that's what you have is cracklings. After you fry them, we just take them out, put them in a skillet, salt and pepper,
Right.
and then you have cracklings, which you can put in all kinds of stuff. Now, so many people make cracklin cornbread, which is absolutely delicious. We've had it on the show. One thing we haven't made is cracklin biscuits.
Yummy.
Yummy. We're gonna make those tonight, some big cat head biscuits. And you know, I'm hesitant to do some things on the show, but I talk to folks out there and they say, you know, Mr. Farmer, why don't you try making gravy? Or why don't you make some simple stuff?
Right.
Sometimes the sides that we make, we don't even give the recipe.
Right.
Sometimes the things that we take for granted and think that are so simple, some people don't cook.
Right.
Some people are just getting started, all ages. So tonight, we're gonna make the best sausage gravy
Yum.
in the world.
It is good.
Along with some buttermilk cracklin biscuits from Mrs. Farmer. If you want to get started on that, I will not stand in your way.
All right, let me get rid of this.
Okay.
All right, I got my little tool here you gave me. I like this.
There you go.
Because I'm gonna chop these up even smaller to make these smaller for our biscuits.
Now, what happens when you put cracklins in cornbread or biscuits? What you have is this sumptuous little burst of bacony flavor. It's hard to explain it. When you put it in a biscuit or any kind of bread and you bite into that in your biscuit or your cornbread, if you haven't had it, it's hard to explain.
It's delicious.
But it's unreal. And then cracklins, we go back to kids. I go back to elementary school and you would see some kids come in, they'd bring their own lunch. And we had our lunch boxes, Scooby-Doo lunch boxes, whatever. They'd open up and they'd have a little brown bag with little spots of sweat on the side, sweating that fat, and we knew that somebody had cracklins.
So like potato chips, but cracklins. That
And
was your chips.
you would beg for somebody to give them some of your cracklins. And that's what we have tonight.
Remember the last time we made them? Kelly and I ate so many, we both didn't feel good.
Yeah,
We
you
like,
got a little sick.
Yeah, we did.
All right, what are we gonna do here, Mr.
All right, we're gonna do Sally's biscuit recipe because it's so good.
3 ingredients
Yes,
on the
I
biscuit
like that.
recipe. Now, when we add the cracklins, that will be 4. So
right.
remember this, if you will, because it is the most simple biscuit
is.
recipe, and it makes the best biscuits you'll ever find.
It does. I have already got 2 cups of self-rising flour in here.
Gotcha?
And now, instead of, she uses usually Crisco, we're gonna use our lard.
I'm telling you what, when it comes to pastries and bread and things like that,
It
you
is the
just can't
best.
beat lard.
And we need a 1/3 cup.
Now let's take a real good look at this. This is what we did
Isn't that
last
nice?
week.
See how nice and thick that
Look
is?
at that. That is beautiful.
You smell that? It smells good.
It smells clean. Show that to the camera. Beautiful, wonderful lard.
So I need a 1/3 cup of that.
Now here's a shot of us cooking down our fat, making our lard last week. You can do this inside in your crock pot if you choose to do so. If you can't be outside, which we like to do, put it in your crock pot and let it cook on low. Just let it work itself down. Put a little bit of water to begin with. Do the first rendering, second rendering, and oh
Look what we got.
Goodness.
All right, so now we're gonna add this 1/3 cup of lard instead of Crisco, which is gonna make it even better.
So 1/3 a cup.
That's 1/3 cup.
Of lard, 2 cups self-rising flour.
Right, and I kind of want to, you want to mix the flour and the lard together first, because then we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk. Okay, so our lard's in there good enough, I think. Now we're going to go ahead and add, this is 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk.
Buttermilk, gotta have buttermilk for your biscuits.
That's right. And that is her basic, her 3 ingredients.
Lard, flour, and buttermilk.
And some
You
buttermilk.
can't get any easier than that. And now, when you say when, I'm going to start dumping some
You can go ahead and put those in if you like.
cracklins in there. And the beautiful thing about this is every time you bite into one of these, oh, it's wonderful. Now this is just going to add to our wonderful recipe. On the cracklins, I say that was 1/3 to 1/4 cup, somewhere in between those two. Now, when you put butter on your biscuit, and you have the combination of butter and the cracklins, oh my goodness.
Delicious. Is that all you want in there? Or you want a little bit more?
I think it'll do it. I think it's
Looks
beautiful.
good. All right, let's clean this out and I'll put your dough on
You
here.
ready? Man, the dogs must be coyotes out tonight. Boy,
Must
when
be
the
some-
coyotes get going. Guess what I found makes the best biscuit cutter in the world? An old shaker. I take the top off and it lets the air out. Somebody yelled at me a long time ago for cutting biscuits. There's a secret you got to remember, and I've always got to remember because I tend to get in there and twist.
Yeah.
What happens when you twist?
I don't know what happens.
I'll tell you what happens. Don't twist because
Okay.
when you're cutting that, push straight down. That lets the air come out the top because it's, don't twist it.
You got the perfect cutter, don't you?
You know why? If you twist it, this biscuit's in layers.
Right.
It seals the sides so they don't raise like they should. So
Good thinking.
remember, that's a rule. I always got to remember that because I tend to want to twist it. Tell me that's not the perfect biscuit.
Perfect biscuit.
You know, and what we need for this meal is 3 or 4 big biscuits. Now, if you notice, I'm making this biscuit about 3/4 of an inch thick. I want cat head biscuits.
One more. I'm trying to get the perfect. If you go around it, maybe one more perfect biscuit. What do you think?
Perfect, perfectly round.
There you go.
I didn't twist it, did I?
Nope.
Now look at there.
4 biscuits.
Oh,
Yay.
now we're gonna put them in the oven at
450.
for 10, 12 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Let's keep an eye on them. You'll know when they're getting brown. You know when they're perfect. Oh, Miss Farmer, you hungry?
I am starving.
You always are.
That's right.
All right, let's
Ready?
do this. Are you ready for the best sausage gravy in the world?
I sure am.
All right, you remember last week, let's take a look at this. We made our breakfast sausage. Now we made patties, but we always keep some whole just for such an occasion as
Right.
tonight when we're making sausage gravy. So we're gonna start with about 1 pound of our breakfast sausage. We're just gonna let that cook up a little bit. Tonight there's something new with our sausage gravy. We're measuring. I've never measured before, so I'm
Really?
gonna make
Wow.
myself measure. Because it's something you kind of add as you go along.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pound or so of breakfast sausage mix. I'm just going to start breaking it up into little perfect sized sausage gravy bits. You know what I'm talking about, just about that big around.
Like chunks. Yeah.
Years ago, when I would go out fishing with my buddy Randall Gibson, and Randall would say, we're going down to the pool room, which is a little restaurant.
I said, yeah, what is that?
Slash
Okay.
pool room.
Open at
in
5:30?
Burkesville. Oh
Let's
yeah,
open
they were
that early,
early
okay.
morning. Because everybody wanted their sausage, biscuits, and gravy.
Before they fish.
Man, they had good. I don't know if they're even still open. I have to ask Dottie. But you know what? I tried to make that just like they made it. That good white
Yeah.
gravy with
Yeah,
the sausage and the big cat head biscuits, which we have going in the background, by the way. Keeping my eye on them because another 3 or 4 minutes, they ought to be
Okay.
done. Now, this may seem fundamental or kind of easy to a lot of people, but then again, some of the simplest things that we do, people think it's for doing it because not everybody fixes gravy. So now, if you wanted to season this a little further as we go along, say you want some more sage. I like sagey sausage and I like sagey gravy. I've got it over here just in case. All right, Miss Farmer, if you pull those biscuits,
Wow.
they're looking
They look
mighty
perfect.
good. Now see, oh, and look, you can see the cracklins in there, Miss Farmer.
Wow, those look really good.
You know, I've got something exciting for you in a while, Miss Farmer. I got pig's feet.
Oh man, it's getting late.
You know what? I'm interested to see you try these.
I want you to try them first.
You know, there's certain things that I won't eat. There's not that many. You know me. There's hardly anything that I won't eat. I'm not a big fan of chitlins. They smell like something I don't like. I'm not going to eat them. That's just me. Now, I'm sure there's somewhere somebody's got a recipe that I could probably. But pickled pig's feet, Mrs. Farmer, is delicious.
Yes.
Now, they say you are what you eat, so I don't eat too much chicken feet. Now, we did have somebody in one time. Let's take a look real quick at some chicken feet. Anybody in their right mind who was standing here and smelled what I smell would have no problem trying that. That is amazing.
It's so good. I'm not even like bragging, but
That's really good.
it's good.
That's almost silly good.
If you try with white rice, you will love it even more. And like I say, that's what I eat when I was little.
Do I have to rewrite my song now?
I think so.
I thank you so much for coming out and being with us today.
You're very welcome. And
I'm
thank
a
you
little
for
bit
having me
chicken
here. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
That sauce on those chicken feet was outstanding.
It smelled very good.
Absolutely wonderful. Now, the consistency was a little different.
Did you enjoy that?
I could eat those.
Really?
Now, not something I'd eat every day, but I did enjoy them. But the pickled pig's feet, Miss Farmer, you're going to love those.
I want to see you eat them first to make
I'll
sure
eat them.
Okay.
You know I'll eat
I'm
them.
gonna watch your face.
All right.
Okay.
You watch me real close. I'll be smiling. All right, now we've just about got this down to where it needs to be. Get it all cut up,
smells
get it
so
all
good.
done. Now I'm gonna add, at this point, just a little bit more sage, because I think I went light on the sage there.
That smells good.
That's just me.
I see you picked your two
I
favorite
picked
biscuits.
my 2 favorite biscuits, because we're gonna make a huge plate, and we'll share that, Mrs. Farmer.
Okay.
Here we are. Miss Farmer, if you will give me some pats of butter,
Right.
we're gonna add a little more flavor and just a little more butter taste to go along with that. And that'll help our flour adhere to our sausage. All right, we're ready, if you will. Now, again, we've not measured. This is a half a cup of flour.
Yeah.
I've never measured. I just know when it's when. So if you'll start
Give
kinda
me some.
just putting that down in there a little bit at a time. And we'll start mixing that up. So if that's a half, we're getting there. A little bit
You
more.
let me know. A little bit more.
I'd say just a little bit more. When you see it starting to thicken up and your sausage is about covered up and kind of taking that on,
Yeah,
let's go just a little bit
more?
more. Just a little bit more. That's good. Now, we've got 4 cups here. I don't think we're going to use that all, but I just want to make sure we had enough. So when you see your sausage looking about like that, it's kind of taking on that flour.
Yum.
Now if you'll start pouring that on, a little bit at a time. This is what makes me happy, Mrs. Farmer. Now let's let that rest for a minute. Let's kind of mix that up and see where that goes. Now at this point, if you want to add a little seasoning, I really find that Telecherry black pepper really adds a nice flavor. Now I'll tell you what else I'm going to use in this. I'm going to use just a little bit of my poultry seasoning, which has a little paprika and thyme. And I'm not even sure what I put in this batch. I was on a big thyme kick. I'll put just a little bit of salt, because we got some salt in the sausage and the salt in the poultry seasoning. And I'm going to top it off with just a little bit more pepper.
Yummy.
Just a little bit more pepper. Give me one more shot of that heavy cream.
Tell me when.
Keep going. Keep going. That's good.
You almost used the whole 4 cups. You're close.
So that's probably, what would you say, 3.5?
3.5.
3.5
I think you used
cups.
3.5 cups.
Never measured it, but my mouth is watering. Mrs. Farmer, if you'll get me a plate,
I will.
we're going to take those beautiful biscuits, and we're going to take this beautiful gravy, and we're going to have us something special right there. Look at that. Now, Ms. Farmer, look at those cracklins just laying in there.
That looks good.
Now, we did
Delish.
that tonight mainly to show you how to make cracklin biscuits. But man, oh man. That is a country kitchen work of art.
That is.
Now, you think about that. That's our pig. That's our cracklins. That's our lard. That's our biscuits.
That's right.
Ms. Farmer, that's country right there. I want you to take the first bite.
Alrighty, I will.
And for dessert, pickled pig's feet.
Oh, I'm full.
They're delicious. How about it? Is that not wonderful?
Wow, you can have some too.
You know what? There's my fork right there.
That is really good.
That is just fit for a king right there.
That is. That will fill your belly for the day, I can tell that. Wow.
There's good. Then there's country good.
That's right. That's country good.
That is so delicious. We're going to turn the cameras off and we're just going to pow drive that. But we'll be back in a minute. A special announcement and a pickled pig feet alert. You know, occasionally we're up on the front porch of the cabin and we invite guests up there who are musically inclined. Recently we had Miss EmiSunshine. I absolutely love her style of singing. And we're going to have her sing one right now.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, while I was sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. So please don't take my sunshine away. So please don't take my sunshine away.
Now, Ms. Farmer, I've already got you your dessert here, but folks have been asking for an outside cast iron piece. We haven't done anything outside. Now, we cooked on cast iron tonight. That was enameled cast iron, but we haven't done anything outside. So let's go outside and breathe some air and have some homemade cinnamon rolls.
Yummy.
Just the thought of cinnamon rolls. I mean, we're not big sweet eaters, but every now and then you have to splurge.
Yeah, we do.
It's just phenomenal. Give us an overview of how this thing's gonna work.
So what I'm gonna need you to do is help me. I need to warm some milk up to about 100 degrees. I don't wanna scald it. I've already warmed 4 tablespoons of butter and I'm letting it sit to kind of get room temperature but not be hard. We don't want that. And then we're gonna take our bowl, we're gonna add 1 package of dry yeast,
All right.
a 1/4 cup of warm water, and 2 tablespoons of honey. And we're gonna stir that up and let it kind of sit for about 5 minutes till it gets a little bit bubbly. After it does that, you'll have my milk for me. We'll pour that in. We'll also pour in the butter, the 4 tablespoons, 2 eggs, and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Once that's together, we're gonna start adding flour. And we're gonna add 5 cups all together. I'll add a cup at a time and then get it all to where it's kind of sticky dough. And then I'm gonna knead it by hand for about 10 minutes. Once we have everything mixed and it looks good and I've kneaded it for about 10 minutes, we'll put it in a bowl. And we're gonna oil it up. Give me a little oil on top of here too. I'm gonna rub it on there. Oil all over the place, and we're gonna let this rise for at least an hour until your food's ready. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
There we go, I'm a mess. So if you wanna, we're gonna get a wet towel
Let's
and cover.
clean up. Let's get you cleaned up, and then let's start We need a towel or something to put over
Yeah,
this.
we're gonna dampen a towel and put that over top.
Sounds good. You know what? Let's get this out and get it going.
We'll see how it looks. This has
This
actually
one
sat a
looks
couple
light.
hours. Look
Beautiful.
how yummy that looks.
It's only got one ant on it.
Okay, that's perfect.
I'll get him over there.
And I'm gonna grab it, give me a little flour. And what we're gonna do is just kind of roll this out.
Now tonight we're going to do something we haven't done for a while. I'm not sure we've done it on this show, but we talked about stacking. Now this doesn't take as long to cook as the pork. So what I'm going to try to do is time this to be done about the same time as the pork when we pull the pork off.
All right. How's that look?
All right, beautiful. Now what do you do?
Now we have some melted butter.
How much?
I have a whole stick here. We may not need it all, but I made it just in case. I was trying to make this even. Get rid of
I'm
the
glad
straw.
we have a beautiful sanitary cooking area.
You're camping.
You're camping. People get so particular. You know, how'd they think they did it in the old days?
Want to smooth it with a spoon for me? Is it even?
Got a perfectly level working surface.
Smooth it a little and I'll get a little, this will help hold it. I got a little brown sugar here.
No, you got a lot of brown sugar.
I know I do. Actually, I have a cup and a half. We're gonna use quite a bit of it. And I got some raisins here, 'cause I know you like your raisins. I can't believe you didn't suggest raisins.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and some pecans. Gotta give it a little bit of something. So I get some pecans, or you could put walnuts or whatever you're.
Thank you, Nathan Sangster.
Yeah, for the pecans.
Those are real Georgia pecans right there.
And let's do some cinnamon. We need a little bit more brown sugar. We need more sugar because it's a cinnamon roll. This has got to be sweet and wonderful and beautiful. And I'm putting about the whole, I had a cup and a half of brown sugar here and I think I used it all. All right, I move this because I'm gonna roll this up kind of like we just did our meat.
It's all about the rolls tonight.
Yes, it is. And you know, if you wanted to, you're camping, you could freeze this just like this. But we're gonna cook ours tonight. You could take this roll, wrap it up, freeze it, and take it camping and cut it later. But we're gonna eat tonight. And yeah, I'd like to get 12 in there, but we made this pretty big.
Yeah,
We always overdo it a little bit.
let's make some big old
Oh, you
honking
want about
ones.
there?
Yeah,
All right.
make them thick. These are gonna rise a little bit as we cook them. That's a work of art.
Got a couple more here. I can do some little ones on the side.
We're gonna have to clean up our mess. Look at our table.
I know.
Hope we haven't scratched the surface. You know what? That, that's a work of art.
Yes, it
It's a
is.
thing of beauty.
We're gonna make icing later for it.
It has been, 45 minutes
All right.
or so. Take a look, see what they look like. Now you made a sauce to pour on top. What you got in it?
Yes, we did. We actually took a stick of butter
Okay.
and we put in, oh my goodness, that's perfect. 2 tablespoons of honey, and I put in powdered sugar, about probably, what, half cup to a cup. I just kept stirring
Just
it
till
in.
it got thick enough.
And I saw you sneak some cinnamon. Oh, those are perfect.
Look at that.
So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna drizzle this on
Oh
there.
no,
Isn't that
that's
terrible?
not gonna be good.
And let it kind of harden up a little bit. Oh, those are perfect. All right, that looks perfect. Let's let that sit. Wow.
All right. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Just flaky, beautiful, on a Dutch oven. Now it was a little involved, but not terrible.
But you could pre-make it and just throw them in there. What do you think?
It's like donuts. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Wow.
oh, this is ridiculous.
To top the evening off, Mrs. Farmer, I know you've been waiting for this day in, day out. I'm gonna give you the best bite. Now, if you smell this, just smell it. What's it smell like?
Vienna sausages, kind of?
You think so?
Yeah, maybe.
I would say that. I love that pickle. You want that?
I think you need to try it first.
Take that little bite right there. Just take it.
How about you to make sure something
will.
bad doesn't happen?
It's my favorite bite. Take a bite right there.
It's different. I mean, it's unique. It's vinegary and.
Do you want one? Whole one?
You know what? Yes, but I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit in the fridge.
Now, the thing about it is you just chew on it and you chew on it and you eat the skin first and you go in there for those little pieces of meat. Between the toes, it's really good.
Really?
Yeah, it's the best part. But Mrs. Farmer, I hate to tell you this,
What?
but a half hour's up.
Okay. Should I throw that out or you
No,
gonna
our evening is over, but
Okay.
but that was the best part of it.
Yes, it was really
well,
good.
maybe the biscuits and gravy
Yes.
were the best part.
That's delicious.
That half hour flew by.
Yes, I did.
And if you want those recipes, Ms. Farmer, where do you go to get them?
I go to timfarmerscountrykitchen.com.
Right under pickled pig's feet.
Exactly. That's like the first recipe.
Now, one more thing. We want you to join our Facebook page. Now, it's really difficult to get to. What do you have to do to go there?
You hit like.
Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen Facebook page, hit like, and boom, there we are. Yes. Ms. Farmer, that was fast-paced.
Yes,
it was quick. The kitchen smells wonderful. It smells like pickled pig's feet. I love them. And it's all about
good times.
Good friends.
And really crazy eats.
We'll see you next week on Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.
Funding for Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen is brought to you by Boone Contracting. Dream, design, build. We build your dreams. Lexington. Wilderness Road Hospitality, Stanford, Kentucky. Buck's Grill, cooking for the folks since 2008. Maysville, Kentucky. Ephraim McDowell Medical Center in Danville, Kentucky. Gulf Coast Connection, seafood straight from the Gulf to you.